fashion.
Hello everybody and welcome to my channel where we take old clothes and make it fashion. So today we're gonna do a blueprint DIY tutorial. She is a great upcycling channel. If you're into the upcycling YouTube channels, you probably know her. This one I knew I had to make as well. So basically gonna copy her, where she's copying another brand, Dailypaper. And Dailypaper probably copied it from somebody else, maybe me. Bit of an inception kind of who came with the idea. Or maybe it's better to say like a Russian doll effect, where everyone is copying everyone. I'm gonna make it a little bit easier. Just throw in some hacks to save some time and save some effort. Let's start, shall we? So I'm going to start with making the shirt smaller so that it's body tight. And although the original has like the side seams on the front and back, I think it's much easier to pin it down on the side seam. So that's what I'm going for, at least attempting to. How I pin on myself? Well, let's say it's never really ending up being an ideal situation. But when I lay it flat on the table, usually I can kind of correct my not so precise pinning by using a ruler and some chalk to, you know, straighten out the lines. So I'm gonna do a side seam, but I'm also still planning to do the front and back seams as well. So I drew them on there. It can really make your body look so contoured. Also, I've already decided in the mirror more or less where the shoulder line is gonna be and how the sleeve part is gonna look. That's gonna overlap the shoulder line. Drawn out, I'm gonna just pin them like horizontally so that I can easily sew over the pins later. Normally I cut away straight away, but what Angelina is doing is she's first sewing, seeing if it fits, and then she's cutting. I don't know why I was never thinking of that. By the way, let me know in the comments, do you know Blueprint DIY, the channel? What kind of channels are you watching? I'm curious.
You been lifting weights?
No.
Really properly breathe at the moment.
Oh! How's that? I can't breathe.
I think I'm gonna make it a little less tight on the chest. Don't tell me that my zipper is open. Excuse me, guys. Let me walk around like that.
Should always be threaded first.
You can take this off. I had no idea. Great. More information that we don't need. So I'm gonna cut out the shirt now a little bit bigger. When I cut half of the shirt, I'm gonna copy it to the other side by folding the shirt in half. Taking my little cute little doggos to make sure that everything is lying perfectly flat, because this comes quite close, of course. And I'm gonna just serge the edges, but a little bit wider than I sewed it before. You know, don't wanna
Suffocate.
Okay, change of plans. I'm just gonna stop eating.
Honey, you never need a bigger size.
So I was using my good old seam ripper to get my so-called temporary stitch out. Turns out I was poking all kinds of little holes all over my fabric. Yes, I am that person. Please judge me later. So I was just gonna go with the small size and hold our breath. Okay, I hope that still fits. Don't really have a choice.
Brace yourself. Suck it in.
Ow, my hair. Again.
Squeeze those cheeks, sister.
I can still breathe. Yeah. I think I like the cut. Only it could be a little more symmetrical. So I think I'm gonna skip these seams here. It's definitely So I'm gonna make the sleeves smaller, and I'm gonna do the seams on the outside so that I also have some contrast stitching, just like the Dailypaper top. This is a little hack, and to be completely honest, I'm doing this more to show you guys than that I'm personally using this technique a lot. But you can nicely finish the end of the serger seam by taking a big needle and pulling the threads a little back into the seam. What I was thinking, but I guess I was not thinking, because I wanted to use the side panels that I cut out as the shoulder and chest pattern part, but fabric is ripped, so it would not be in the same direction, and there's also an ugly seam in there. Luckily my top is super long, so I'm just gonna crop a part of the bottom so that I can cut the other patterns in the same direction of the fabric. Seam ripping with my scissors. At some somehow this goes better than with the seam ripper, I don't know why. So I'm just gonna basically add this square piece of fabric in between the sleeves, sew it in, and then later cut all the contours in shape. I had the illusion that I could easily hide the seams in between the rips of the fabric.
Magic!
I care though.
Give me your clothes.
I don't care.
Oh, shut it up.
A few inches later.
So I'm deepening the armholes even a little bit more, so that we get a bit more of this peekaboo effect without getting vulgar. Hello guys, you know me. I'm just cutting the neckline in the shape that I want. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I came up with this spontaneous idea. One last trick. So, a little bit of an intervention, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this is really necessary, but to prevent the fabric from overstretching over time, because I'm gonna do everything raw edge, I'm not gonna hem, I'm just gonna serge all the edges. So I decided to serge this shoelace. Underneath. How many of those do I even have? Afterwards realizing that I also just have the iron-on seam tape, which you can probably better use for this instance. So I'm using this in the armholes. I feel like it might make everything a little more sturdy. Like, what's that weird sound? But I didn't put the foot down.
Oh my god, what is that? Sandwich with peanut butter, cinnamon, banana, chocolate?
Coconut? Are you kidding me? The person must be genius.
But now I'm nauseous. Okay guys, it's finished. This was actually kind of my favorite top. I used it just because, you know, lockdown, it's really hard to get nice clothes at the moment. But it's definitely upcycled. I'm definitely glad I didn't ruin it. So I want to say as a last little remark, if you're, you know, having a female like chest, you will probably need to use these seams to make it nice and fitting, but you can check out Angelina's blueprint DIY tutorial if you want to see how she goes about that. Please, if you liked the video, let me know with a comment down below, let me know with a like, share it even if you know anyone who loves Angelina or dailypaper or me, and let's reveal. Hey, it's still here. Make sure to check out that video. Slasher. See you there.